My experience as a career woman in STEM traces back to my early years. My mother continuously expressed her confidence in my abilities, and later on my high school teachers were also very encouraging. So when I was completing high school, the choice of the subjects to do was automatic for me because I had a natural strength in the sciences and mathematics. So I followed that line. And then when I completed my bachelor's in computer science and was asked to stay on the faculty at my institute, that further boosted my confidence. And then thereafter, I was so blessed to have many amazing mentors that continually encouraged me and opened career growth opportunities. And maybe if I could also share one difficult experience in my PhD years when I was a student in Europe and I was the only African and one of very few women. At times that I had challenges in my studies caused me to doubt and to feel like an imposter, but again, my supportive mentors encouraged me and I beat that too. I've served on the RENU board for 5 years now and on the board for the UbuntuNet Alliance for 4 years now. And it's a great pleasure, a great delight for me to do this, to contribute in that capacity. Several years ago in the early 2000s, I first got to know about the NRENs and the enormous contributions that they make to the research and education communities. And naturally, I desired this for my homeland. At that time, there was no NREN in Africa. And finding myself now contributing on Uganda's NREN RENU and on the regional REN for Eastern Southern Africa, UbuntuNet Alliance is an honor. On the RENU board, I serve on the EdTech committee, defining the policies for the services and technologies that the NREN offers, as well as on the Audit and Risk Committee, again defining the policies in relation to audit and risk. On the UbuntuNet Alliance board, I am the vice chair, and I also chair the executive committee where we guide and define policies in relation to finance, HR, human resource, and general administration. So I am delighted to serve in these capacities. My biggest professional achievement to date was in the period 2013 to 2020, where I was the principal investigator of a large multidisciplinary and international team that set up the IoT lab at Makerere University, which at that time we were calling the WomeninScience lab. So we were able to do research in relation to weather information management, in which we develop technologies and tools to advance weather prediction and the dissemination of weather information. But beyond that, the lab has been able to support so many other Internet of Things related projects and students' work, which is contributing very much so to this space within East Africa, Uganda, Tanzania, South Sudan, and currently from the same lab we are able to do work to do with pest control and pollinator protection. So I am proud of that achievement because many of my students have gone on to become colleagues and we've been able to contribute to the region's development. Raising children while pursuing a career is definitely a thing that every working mother has to think about carefully. My own experience was that sometimes I've had to sacrifice on one end in order to achieve on another. And one such moment was when I left my first child at 7 months to go and complete my PhD, and we were separated for a period of 3 months. It was tough emotionally, but it taught me how to draw from the help of the people around me, like my husband and other family members, to support where I cannot. And that's an important skill to have as a career woman, to know where to ask for help, because none of us is really superwoman, and to know where to trust others also to chip in. I am a mom to 3 boys between the ages of 8 and 14, and yeah, this is a continuous choice I have to make on where to press pause and where to increase. But fortunately, with the COVID times, work at home has become more acceptable, and I would encourage other women to explore it and to request for that help whenever you need it, so you can maintain your priorities right.